Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. Thank you for joining me this evening. Sorry I've not been with you, and I've been away for a week or so. Only we've been busy here. We've had all the floors sanded in the lower part of the house, and so it's been all go, and we had to pack everything up. So we're gradually getting sorted. All the floors have been sanded and waxed and look very nice, all nice and clean. And yeah, so we've been busy unpacking and decluttering at the same time. So it's taken us a little while. So this is my first day back in my dining room on my craft table. On my dining table, come craft table, should I say. And I'm playing catch up for week 44 on Margaret Miller's Collage Weekly Challenge. So this week, the prompts are an image with sky in it, patterned paper, something associated with a period in history, something that starts with a B, fibre, yarn or string, and the bonus is something torn. So I'll just move my prompts to one side as normal, and I'll bring on my working space, and I've cut two pieces out because one is for Sunday this week, because normally I do my videos on a Sunday to be released on the Monday. So like I said, I'm trying to play catch up a little bit, and hope that you can see that. Now then, the pieces that I've brought, I've sort of been having a play this evening, and what I thought I've done is, well, what I have done is I've taken two images from our holiday earlier in September. Chris and I went to France to have 3 weeks touring Brittany, and this is a couple of the images. What we did towards the end of the holiday, we went to the Loire region in France, and we camped on the edges of the Loire River, and it was really early in the morning. Sun was just starting to come up, and it was really misty. All this mist was coming off the river there, and I heard this strange noise, and I thought, what on earth's that? And when I looked out of the door of the motorhome, I saw these balloons taking off, and they were coming from a little bit further down the riverbank, and it looked really ethereal because, as I say, it was quite misty. So I don't know whether you can actually see the balloon on this image. I'll actually bring it a bit closer to the screen, and I think you can just make it out there. This one's a little bit clearer, so I'm not sure which image I'm going to use. This one had quite a bit of grass in the foreground, so I did prefer this one because I like the way the trees sort of are arching over the top of the picture there. So I'm going to park that one to one side a minute and go as though we're going to use this one. Now I like to leave about a centre border, but I'm not that strict. If images do go over into my border, then I don't, I'm not that strict. So that's the image that I'm going to use. And then I've got the second prompt was pattern paper. So I found this little scrap in my stash, and the blue actually matches the blue in the background. You've got little blue flowers and little blue butterfly there. And then there's a bit of a yellowy hue where the sun is starting to come up, and there was a yellowy hue in this little strip. So I think I'm going to use that somewhere. But I've also got this scrap piece of paper, And my plan was to just tuck that in the background a little bit, either on this side or the other side. But I'll start off by putting that there and then bringing in my piece sort of like that. And then what I thought I'd do is tuck this little piece under there. Not covering the butterfly, but just making that level with this blue stripy piece there. Yeah, I quite like that. And then something associated with a period in history was the third prompt. Well, just a little bit further up from this site we were on was it was called a municipal site, and it's run by the municipality, and they're really lovely campsites, you know, really well organised and everything, and they're located in beautiful spots, so they're often better than the campsites that are privately run. And so yeah, we just came across this one and parked there for a night or two. And just up the river was this beautiful chateau, and so that is my historical piece. And this is the chateau that was a little bit further up on the banks, and I've taken several pictures. This is, as you can see, this is the Loire Valley, the Loire River, and this chateau is just a little bit further up on the banks with these beautiful houses in front. And that's another picture of the chateau. And then same here. These are all different images. So I've taken several shots because I wasn't sure which I was going to use. And this one I've actually fussy cut round. And this is my favourite to go on the piece. And this is the view. So that's my historical building, and on researching a little bit about it, it's called the Chateau de Chaumont, and it's on the Loire banks, and it was founded in the 10th century by Odo I, and then some people had a big falling out with the king, and he ordered it to be deconstructed in 1465, and but then it was rescued by Charles I de Amboise, sorry, my French is hopeless. In the 15th century, he started to rebuild it, and a couple of other people took over following him, and it's been fully restored now, and it's now protected. And it was given over to the state in 1938 and has become a museum, and it's open to the public, so it's well worth a visit. And what it does, it hosts the annual garden festival, and the gardens have been designed to be themed on English gardens, apparently, and it's open from April to October. So that's a little bit about the chateau. So I've written that just to remind myself, and I'm going to try and leave a little spot so that I can tuck that in to keep the information. Now, if I was going to use that picture there, I was thinking of putting that along the bottom there and fussy cutting round this part. So I might do that just to have a look. And I was going to stick it along the bottom to break up the green grass. So I think what I'll do, I'll just quickly fussy cut round these trees in a bit of a simplistic fashion, really. rather than being too intricate. And then around the chateau rooftops, just to see what it looks like. Back down over the trees without being too particular. Well, I do quite like that idea actually. I think I like the way it sticks out there with the trees. Or you could even pop it over that side, over the banks. If I cut the water off there, you could actually do something like that. And have it like that. Or if you separated the two, what I was thinking was to make the banks wider, but I want the balloon to be higher up in the sky. So what I could do is, let's have a look. If I cut that there across, let's just have a look. If I cut that across, keeping some of the trees in the background there. You could actually do something like that. It's a thought. Let me just have a look and see what it looks like on this picture here. If I did something like that. And had the faded one in the background. Or like that. No. No. Let's have a look. Pop that back for a second. Then I'll show you what my other plan was with my other pieces. Okay, you see I could come down, but it doesn't make my river very... Could do that. So let me just get my glue. No, because I'm not still fully unpacked. I'll use my Fibre tack, or should I say my Beacon 3-in-1. So that's as wide as I'm going to make it. And then if I have to watch, because I don't want to get glue on the underneath piece, so we'll just pop some glue along here. I could use the trees a little bit there and there in the background. And then take some of this off the bottom. So I'll just get my cutting mat and a blade. And then we'll take off some of the bottom there. So I'm going to take quite a sizable, well, I'll do it bit by bit, I think, just in case. Right, let's get rid of those bits. Yeah, I quite like that actually. I don't know about you, but I quite like how that's turned out. Now the other one, I'll show you what I was going to do with that one, was I was going to, there's a house down here on this shot in the mist. If I pick it up towards the screen, you can just see by my thumb there, there's a house in the mist. I don't know whether you can see it. I think you can just make it out. I was going to put this little chateau down there. So I think what I'll do, I'll glue that on now. So it's just across the banks of the water there. And then, but I think I'm going to go back to the other picture because that is definitely easier to see. So I'm going to park this one out the way, although that was the one I was originally going to use. I am going to park it and carry on with this piece. So I think what I shall do now is glue that. I'm going to glue that piece down behind here. So while I'm doing this, I just hope that you're all well and that you've had a good couple of weeks, 10 days, whatever it is, since I've been on my computer. And I hope that you're enjoying Halloween, for those of you who celebrate Halloween, which I don't. Generally with our church we celebrate and have light parties rather than participate in any Halloween celebrations. Excuse me. And for those of you who follow me regularly, you know that I'm part of Rachel and Bella Crafts design team, and from tomorrow we're being involved in another of Rachel's collaborations, and they're generally epic. So for anybody who is interested, if you'd like to join in and watch what happens, you know, please feel free to join us. And I'm just going to pop that down there, trying to leave my usual border. So I'm going to join that up down there like that. Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah, so it's a month-long collaboration, and every day two designers, two crafters, will be posting a video using the kits that Rachel and Bella have designed, and they're available in her Ko-fi shop and in her Etsy shop if you go into Etsy, and they're all on offer at the moment. I think there's either 40-50% discount, really generous discounts, and it's a beautiful kit with lots of ephemera and things to go with it. So hopefully that's fairly straight. Get a little bit of wiggle room. There we go. Now then, so that is my image with the sky in it. My patterned paper now is there, and something associated with a period in history is my chateau, and something that starts with a B is my balloon. And then I've got fibre, yarn or string, which I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. And then the bonus is something torn. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of patterned paper out of my stash, and I just want to cut off that straight edge there, but I don't want to lose too much of the flower. So I've torn that, and I'm going to just pop it on the edge there. And put that in the foreground. In fact, I'm going to have it lower down there. Or maybe just slightly up. So that was my foreground, unless I had it this side. No, stick it on there. So we'll put that down. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to participating in that, and my video goes out on the 27th of November. So I've got to get myself organised and do my video. So I do hope that you'll pop along and come and have a look and see what I've done. So that's my flowers in the foreground. And then, oh, I've not left my pocket. I haven't left my pocket. So let's have a look. What can we do? That's with chatting, you see, isn't it? So I could actually use some of these little pieces to just highlight the chateau there, taking it over the page. How about something like that? Which I quite like. And then that's my piece. So too late now to put a pocket. So I think what I'll do, I'll stick it with that, with my prompts, and then I could do with something up there really, just to break that up a little bit. How about that one? No, how about that one? Yeah, I don't dislike that one. And then pop that one in that corner and this one in this corner. Yeah. I'm just wondering whether to fussy cut round them, but I won't. Here we go. Oops, easy. There we go. Excuse me. And then we'll pop that one on as well. It's that time of year when coughs and colds start coming. I know when I was talking to my son, he sounded dreadful on the phone. But Chris and I just had our COVID and flu vaccines to give us a bit more protection, seeing as we're getting old and doddery. So I'll just put my lid back on my glue. Right, what I've done is while I paused the video slightly, while I just got my threads and things together, because the prompt was fibre, yarn or string. So what I've done is I've taken some of my embroidery floss and I've made myself a little circle of threads, and this is going to be the sun's just poking out. I tuck the ends in there, and that's going to be my sunrise. I'm just debating where to put it. I suppose I could have it in that, poking out just in that corner. Or maybe coming up just under there, maybe. But it's a bit too near the balloon, I think. So I thought maybe over there. I'll get rid of those threads in a minute. I wish I'd cut around those now, just to soften those edges a bit, but never mind. Yeah, I think I'll put the sun there. Oops. I'll just cut those extra threads off. Tuck those in. Once it's actually sat on the glue, I think it should hold it. Oops. There we are. Let that dry off a bit. Make sure it's well down. So yeah, that's my sunrise. And I'll just see if I can do anything. In that corner. I wonder if I could tear it down a little bit. There we go. Just softens the edges a little bit, I think. There we are. Sorry about the shadows then, I forgot to turn my main light off. So that's it for this week. The project's finished. So we'll just go through and recap. We've got an image with a sky in it. So we've got my image there. Pattern paper is my floral paper here and along the bottom. Something associated with a period in history is the chateau. Something starts with a B is my balloon. My fibre is my little moon, sunrise should I say. And bonus is something torn, which is this floral paper, and obviously I've just torn that as well. So I do hope that you like that, and that you'll join me next week for another Margaret Miller's Collage Weekly Challenge. So take care everybody until next time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.